Kia ora, Legionnaires. Rykon here, and welcome back to Cataclysm Dark Days Ahead, and to our short survival series, where we are once again beginning another challenge. And this is a challenge that I have been eagerly anticipating since we started Season 2. And this challenge in question is the aircraft carrier. Yes, that is correct. And our very first survivor is a Major General of that very aircraft carrier, one May Crockett, who we'll learn a little bit more about in a moment. But first, the challenge. May was on a mission off the coast of North Korea when the aircraft carrier she was stationed on suddenly and inexplicably found itself in the middle of a lake. She has no idea where she is or what's happened, but she has far more important things to worry about. Everyone else aboard seems to have become violently insane. It might be time to abandon ship. And yes, you heard correctly earlier. May Crockett is a Major General, one of the many occupations that we can randomly be assigned as part of this challenge. So, let's learn a little bit more about May. She is 40 years old, standing at 189 centimeters, with perception as her highest stat. She has amber eyes, short black hair, a light brown skin tone, and a light step, useful for navigating a ship like this silently, and then finally a meat intolerance. Having a look at her skills, we can see that she does indeed know a thing or two about combat, having a 2 in melee and in piercing weapons. Under ranged, she has a 3 in marksmanship, 1 in throwing, 2 in handguns, and 3 in rifles. Crafting is a little bit of a weak point for her, but her true strength is in interaction skills. As being a Major General, she has to be able to handle people well. And then finally, having a look at proficiencies, she is proficient in firearm cleaning and the principles of gunsmithing. And now, let's have a look and see what May has available to her. So, she has a service handgun, 2 magazines, she's got 2 cigars, she's got a Lovell military operations map, very good, and her ID stashed away in her leather wallet. She has a pair of binoculars on, she has a service uniform, and she's currently wearing a beret. No active duty wear, nothing incredibly protective, but all good equipment to start with, really. Now, let's get a sense of where we are at the moment. So, having a look at the map, this is our aircraft carrier, and we are near a shore. Okay, in the distance, we'd be able to make out a fire lookout tower and a forest trail. Looks like there's also some craters over there towards the east, but yeah, a big old aircraft carrier. We do have that map with us, this operations map, which I wouldn't mind having a look at. And having a look at our active missions here, Social Butterfly is one of them. Go and recruit 2 followers and establish your leadership among them. I mean, sure, we can have a look at that as an option, but first of all, we need to survive this whole encounter. We need to get off of the ship after trying to secure any survivors, because being a Major General, she's not just going to abandon ship without trying to save as many lives on the ship as she possibly can. So, let's have a look and see what we have around us immediately. A combat knife, fantastic. We are going to want to make sure that we have some kind of a melee weapon, and the combat knife is a good tool for us to have. So we're actually just going to start wielding that right off the bat. We'll take that to hand, and let's have a look and see if we have any fighting styles. Brawling. So, we'll select brawling. We can still brawl with our combat knife. Yeah, we want to make sure that we're not leaving anything behind that could be potentially useful to us. The light disposable battery may very well be, so we'll take that for now. And we're just going to take a second just to listen. We can hear some activity. It sounded like it was over towards the east, possibly. Yeah, we cannot be certain. Now we have a light step, so in general I think we're going to be quite quiet while we are moving around. We're only making 1 sound while we're walking. I think if we go crouched, we'll probably be making next to no sound whatsoever. We've got an army winter jacket here, which I'm tempted to chuck on because we don't really have anything that we're wearing over. We do have a few things that are kind of stacked up against each other though, so the undershirt can probably go for now. We'll just leave that on the ground. And as for our canteen, we just have to swap it to another leg. So we'll just say C to change side, and that should be totally fine. Yeah, that's looking good. Okay, let's go and wear the army winter jacket. It is going to be a little warm, but it's a bit of extra protection and it's also more carrying capacity for us. It does conflict with the combat blouse that we have on, which, you know, looking at our current warmth, maybe we will just have to leave the winter jacket for the time being. Yeah, we'll see if we can find another jacket as we make our way across here. A beauty magazine down there, and we are hearing shuffling. How great. Remembering that we have our weapon in its holster, we will use it if we need to, but we want to try to avoid making sound if we can. Now, do we have a cell phone? No, we don't. Not currently. So I think it's going to be worth us grabbing that smartphone just so we have something as we make our way along here. There's also a filter mask. We're going to grab that. We're not going to put it on right now, but we will if we need to. It looks like that's going to be our way out of here. So we'll hold off doing that just for now, and we'll start to make our way further south here, kind of towards the shuffling. Okay, good. So this is just a big dorm room. We've got some chainsaw chaps down here and a mess kit. The chainsaw chaps, they would offer us a bit of extra protection for the knees and the lower legs. Honestly, if we can get away with wearing those, I wouldn't mind giving that a go. Yeah, piercing protection is really good, and the average encumbrance is only 3. Yep, we can wear those chaps just fine. A bit of extra protection will go a long way. We've got a mess kit should we want it, and a pack of cigarettes. We've got 2 cigars, so we'll leave them there for now. And I think we're going to have a look at opening this door. We did hear shuffling, but it sounds like it's off towards the west. So maybe we just continue south for now. Okay, more rooms. We'll close this door behind us. We'll leave the other one open just so we know where we have been. And I'm just going to be going through, just checking each of these areas, grabbing things like the flashlight here. And that flashlight, we're going to go and change the designation to F, just so it's easy for us to activate it. And while we're here, let's have a look at that holster of ours. We're going to change that to H. Yeah, there we go. Looks like we've got another cell phone down here. And there is a duffel bag. Okay, so if we do want to try and carry a fair amount of stuff, that's going to be good for us to wear. It is going to be a bit encumbering, but just starting off an encumbrance of 5, I'm okay with that. We're just going to have to get used to dropping that if and when we get into close combat. Down here, we've got some winter gloves, nothing that I'm going to want to chuck on the second. And that is the end of the line. Okay, all right. So it looks like you could go further north through the other bedroom. Maybe we do that first of all, because it could just be another section of rooms, just like this lot here. We know that this is safe down this way, so we're going to leave the door open just so that we can run back if we need to. Okay. Yeah, I think we're probably looking at that there. Another bedroom up here. It sounded like there was a bit of noise though, so we'll wait. And we do have a closed metal door over this way. That one down there, that's not locked, so we can take that one if we want to continue over towards the east. It sounds like we might have someone in this room. Indeed, we do. A zombie mariner. Mariner, rather. Still dressed in the ragged remains of deep blue naval fatigues, it's clear that this walking corpse was once a sailor of some description. The US Navy's insignia is embroidered on the shredded sleeve and the shoulders of its bloody jacket. The dead crewman's battered cap is beaten into the remains of its fractured skull. Its inky black eyes are scanning the area around it, as dark ooze drips from its limply hanging maw. Ah dear. Well, looks like this was probably May's office at some point. Now it's occupied by this thing. Do we want to start trying to fight right now? Maybe not. The combat knife is a very good tool, but yeah, I think we have to find out one way or the other just how good May is going to be. So we're just going to go and drop the duffel bag for now, just so that we aren't as encumbered. This office could be important for us to get into, so we're going to take the risk. Oh right, we've already been grabbed. A few good stabs there, okay. We've done some damage. We've been hit, but only lightly. And just like that, the zombie is dead. We have some bruises on our torso and our right arm. We'll deal with those if we can. For the moment, we're going to be dragging this body back into the office, closing the door behind us, and we're not going to take our chances with this body. We are going to make sure that it is most certainly dead. With that knife, May is certainly sure. Lots of filthy clothing, nothing that we want on it. So let's start to search around us, see if there is anything that we want or need. Doesn't look like that. So we took a bit of damage, we didn't get much for it. We do have some duct tape here, which I think we're gonna pick up for now. And the duffel bag, we don't need it the second, but I think the idea of keeping it close is still worth it. So we'll grab that. And we are going to be heading over towards the east. We want to minimize the damage we're taking as much as possible. So let's flash our light in here. All right, we can get up and we can go down, and we've got lots of crates for us to look in here. So for us to be able to get these crates open, we're going to need a crowbar of some kind or something that will allow us to pry. A makeshift crowbar is the easiest thing to get those open, but there are already some that are open. So let's have a look at them first of all and see what we have inside of there. Chunks of copper, we've got steel, jumper cables, BBs. It's an interesting mixture of things. Now, we just need a pipe to be able to get a crowbar, to be able to get these open. Now, I'm not 100% if we're still going to be able to get pipes from these kinds of lockers. So let's just continue to have a look at some of the other open crates here. See if we're lucky. It's engines mostly. It's all mechanical things. So is there actually going to be anything in here that's useful to us? Not so likely. Chunks of steel, which can be used as a hammering tool. Yeah, I think for the moment we are just going to peek upstairs and see what we're looking at. Okay, well, we've got two undead things in here. We've got a firefighter zombie, and we also, down here, we have a feral crewman. Clad in a grimy and tattered naval uniform, this former sailor clutches a massive wrench as some form of a makeshift weapon. At a distance, you could mistake them as being another survivor. However, upon closer inspection, you make note of how their veins are visibly bulging. Their wide-open eyes have a primal animalistic quality to their gaze, and their breaths come in rugged, wheezing pants. Whatever the Cataclysm has done to the military crewmen that this twitching shell of their former self once was, you're certain that they're not fully human anymore. Yeah. Okay. Now, are they likely to start to try and make their way on over towards us here? Maybe. So we want to be ready for that. So we're just going to wait. We're going to turn safe mode on as well. Okay. So far, so good. So maybe not. Looking at these stairs here, peeking down stairs, and oh my gosh, wow, there are a lot of crewmen here, and all of them have seen May just poking her head down the stairs. So I think out of safety, we're just going to move away from that for now. Close the door behind us, and I think we're probably going to want to try and make our way over towards the west. There's definitely some activity happening there. I mean, we could just try and push for, the top of this ship, but take things one bit at a time. Well, hello. Okay, a feral crewman. I think we are going to have to get an idea of just how tough these crewmen are. Here's the thing though. We want to try and use our smarts. Oh, also, that's a feral crewman. They're just going to be able to open the door. So, yeah, we want to get ready quickly. We've already heard them opening that door. What I would like to try and do is see if we can move this bed across. Cannot grab the triple berth. Okay, that ain't going to happen. We could try and move, a table, but we can't get across towards it. So let's just peek. All right, they're right there, and they're on us. The feral crewman is here. We're going to stab out towards them. Okay, and they hit us. We get staggered off balance as our torso is slammed. Again and again, we stab, taking the crewman down. But May, at the same time, does take damage to her torso. Let's close everything behind us. And you know what? I think we'll try and process the bodies up here if we can. Keep the blood, keep the guts to one space where possible. Let's smash those remains and we'll see what they've got. Okay, because their stuff isn't filthy, so the tool belt that has that crash axe on it, that is useful. That is something that we can use right now. So we're going to wear the tool belt, and that crash axe, I think that might have some prying capability. And it might also just be a better weapon than what we're using with the combat knife. The combat knife is a very, very good tool, but we'll just see. We'll compare the two of them. So the crash axe obviously does more bash damage. It's easier to hit with. It's a little slower, Honestly, I think the Crash Axe might be a better tool for us right now. It does have a blocking ability. The only kind of extra benefit that the combat knife has is that rapid strikes allows us to attack that much faster, which in retrospect, maybe we want to stick with that for now. Good. The Crash Axe does have a prying quality to it, so as long as we've got it on us, we're going to be able to pry those crates. Good. That is good news. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to put the duffel bag back on, and we're going to go back out into that main area and just see if we can pry some of those crates. Yeah, we should be able to do this pretty safely, except one of the crewmen has followed us. Okay, we're just going to have to fight you. Let's get this bag off. Drop that on the ground. The crewman is getting closer. Rushing around the corner, Mace stabs the crewman in the leg. Stabbing again, quickly. Okay, they got a strike on our right leg that time, but I think we've got them on the ropes. Come on, May. There we go. Okay, but we have to remember that after each of these fights, we are going to be getting weaker and weaker over time. Nothing that we want. The lug wrench is a maybe. It's got wheel fastening. We don't need that right now. So no, you keep your lug wrench. We're going to keep our duffel bag. And hopefully none of the others are going to make their way up towards us, because we know there's lots of them downstairs. What we could do to help with that is turn off our light, because they're not going to see us. We'll turn on safe mode, and we'll just start to try and pry these open. And we'll see what's inside them. A drive belt, a car battery. I mean, it looks like it's all going to be mechanical stuff on this level. It might be different from level to level. There is still a chance that we might find something different though, so I think it's still worth us prying these. Alternators, recharging station, generators, lots of motor oil, so we might have a possibility to make some Molotovs, possibly? Yeah, I mean, the possibility is there, and we're seeing another crewman. To the west? Stop prying. Yes. Where am I seeing you? And how am I seeing you? You are where exactly? I think you're beneath us? Yeah, that's a lower level. We're seeing them somehow. I guess down the stairs somehow? I'm not quite sure how that works. Let's get them cracked though. Let's have a look at our recipes and see what it would take us to make a Molotov cocktail here. So motor oil is something that we can certainly use. We do need to have a glass bottle, so the plastic ones aren't going to do it. Which, you know, it's fair, it's not going to shatter. And then we also need to have a cotton patch. I think it's probably worth us taking the motor oil with us wherever we find it. And we are finding a significant amount of it. Good. Okay, let's cautiously approach here. Another one spotted, huh? Dangerously close? Yes. Yet again, oh, okay, it is actually here. Let's start to run back, try and get a little bit more distance here, close the doors behind us. We're just trying to buy a little bit of time so that we can drop the bag off, just so that we're not going to be impeded. We have been followed. Where are you? Okay, where did you go? You're out there somewhere. There you are. The crewman approaches. We slash out towards them. We've hit them a few times, they've hit us a few times, but we've done enough to take them down. Okay. Keep the body away from our potential sleeping place. Forbidden robot t-shirt. And not much else. Another feral. They're fast, they're smart, they can open doors. They can be a problem. And I think they're going to keep on flooding up towards us. So I think we're going to have to start to try and make our way over towards the west. We're going to close that door behind us. We hear a thump. It's probably coming from, it's coming from above. Okay, well actually, let's go up the top and we'll work our way around. So where did we drop? There's the bag. Okay, grab that again. Make our way up towards the top here. And then we'll keep that door open for now. I'm all right with that. We're just going to listen over here. Okay, stuff to the south, probably not to the north. No, we are seemingly okay. All right, what's in here? We got flight suits, and the flight suits, I don't think that they're going to be better than what we've been wearing at the moment, just in terms of its protective qualities. Getting some leather gloves might be nice, because right now, we've just got warmers on our hands. Yeah, glove liners, which are already a little damaged. So we'll keep our eyes out for stuff like that, stuff that's actually going to fit us. Okay, more locked doors to the south, and it sounds like we might have some activity over to the west. Well, that's just great. Let's check here. So far, so good. Okay, we can go to the south, peering into here. I think we're okay. Flash the light. All right. Nice little staff area. Deck of sorcery cards, chess set, things that we can use to entertain ourselves if we need to, and there's also a lot of books here as well. Modern saber fencing. Honestly, if we can find anything about knife fighting, we'll probably want to go for that. I don't think fencing is going to help us, but you know what? We'll have a flick through the books to see what they can possibly teach us anyway. Okay, after flicking through them there, modern fencing isn't going to help us. Pitching a tent can get our survival skill up, and we can get our fabrication skill up to 1 with Crafty Crafters Quarterly. And it shouldn't actually take us that long to learn that. I'm half tempted to do it because having a little bit of extra skill here I think could help us out quite a bit, especially when it comes to looking at getting into making traps or anything else that could potentially help us in here. Because we're already taking damage, I'm not a fan of that. So let's take all of these books for now that we want to read, like Crafty Crafters. Oh, I think we actually already have the other books on us. Yes, we do. Okay, so let's start with Crafty, and let's not use our actual light for this. We're just going to use the light that is on the smartphone. We can scan the books into the phone, but I think for now, we'll just use this as our light source. There we go. And it's not a bad light source at that. Okay, let us start to read. Yeah, and our focus ain't great. We could read some regular books to assist us with that. Maybe we'll come back to that, especially after we get access to some medical gear. Yeah, and this thing is nearly out of battery. We'll turn it off for now. We'll probably have to try and pick up another one at some point. So we're wanting to avoid as much as we can. We do have our pistol as well, should we need to use it. And I think it might be smart for us to use it to clear out some certain areas. I think for now, we're going to head back up the top, and we're going to have a look and see just how bad things are over here towards the west. Ah, and a crawling zombie. We shouldn't even need to take our backpack off to deal with that. No, we do not. It was already quite damaged. And it didn't have anything that we want on it. Okay, looks like we've got bathrooms here. So I can't imagine we're going to find anything amazing in here. It is a water source, and this one being locked over here. There might be some cleaning supplies in there, possibly. If we can look at making some improvised lockpicks, I think that's probably a good idea, really, because there are a number of locked doors, and learning about lockpicking, I think could get us further. But I think what we'll do is we'll explore all these avenues first. I'm sorry, lunges their bayonet. So there is a feral marine somewhere that has managed to lunge its bayonet at us. Okay, from the stairs. Okay, I don't think that was working exactly as intended. Yep, that's a feral marine rushing its way on over towards us. You know what? I don't think we're going to take a chance with this one. Yes, we are going to make a little bit of noise, but I think that's okay. We're going to activate our holster. We're going to draw out this service handgun as fast as we can. We're just going to drop the combat knife for now. And we're going to start to steady up, because it looks like they can attack us at a bit of a distance. I think what was probably happening there as well is that the stairs weren't 100% lined up. We need them to get a little bit closer. There. That's good, and that's good damage. We're going to start to try and run down the hallway here, spinning around. We're going to turn, face this. Something hurts. Yeah, they can attack us at a distance with the bayonet. Stop aiming. Okay, yep, that indeed did hurt us. Our left arm is significantly damaged now. Come on, good shot. One more good one should do it. All right, heavy bleeding. It's going to be dead before too long. Turning around, blood is leaking from our arm. Okay, let's see if we can just take a moment, drop the handgun to the ground, put some pressure on there, and we've really set them off. They are smashing those walls trying to get to us. Let's stop running. We're going to pick up the handgun though and approach what we hope is the remains of this thing. Yeah, dead on the ground there. And okay, they've got a carbine on them. Excellent. Okay, a webbing belt as well, a proper sheath, a number of things that we can use. So we're going to take our time with this one to just get things right. We'll move that across towards here, smash the remains. And if there is something down here to the south, I don't think it's a feral, because it probably would have opened the door by now. Okay, so first of all, the webbing belt. We're going to go and put that on, and we're going to have to just unload our tool belt for now, because I think that they're going to be, having trouble. And the tool belt is just going to go. We'll then say, wear the sheath. And that canteen that we've got on us at the moment, we don't have to be wearing that I'm fine with us just keeping that in our pack, so we'll take that off for now. And we'll make sure that we put the sheath on the opposite side to our holster. Yeah, so we need to change that side, put it on our right. And the sheath, we are going to make S. So we'll say activate S, put that combat knife in there, not the spork. And now having a look down at this, we've got a load-bearing vest that has 4 things in it. We've got MREs, we've got a carbine, and I think the carbine we're probably going to be able to wear. I think that's the modification that it has on it. No, I think I'm wrong there actually, but what we do have is a National Guard ballistics vest that we can chuck on. That still has a bit of protection to it. The army helmet is poor fitting, so we don't want to chuck that on right now. It's way too encumbering. Let's look at the ballistic vest as an option, and the knee pads we'll put on as well. They are already a bit damaged, and they may be interacting badly with our chainsaw chaps. It looks like they are. I think we'll probably stick with just the chaps for now, or alternatively, I'm kind of okay with that level of encumbrance. Yep, that's all right. So, carbine, can we fit you in the pack? I think we can. Yep, so that's going to go into our duffel bag. Right, the combat blouse and the ballistic vest, they are overlapping. Of course, the ballistic vest is just going to be much better for us than the combat blouse, so we're going to unload what we have in the blouse, and we'll end up taking that off for now. There we go. We're looking better off now. And so, what else do we want from this? The MRE packs? Definitely. We'll take the whole lot. And I'd love to find a first aid kit. We haven't yet, but that would be grand. And you know what? I'm thinking we'll probably stick with having our service handgun out. We know that we have the carbine if we need to use it. We're actually better with the carbine than we are with the service handgun. So, changing my mind. Put the handgun back into its holster, which is actually a plastic bottle at the moment. No, there we go. Service handgun is back in there. So that's our, our fallback weapon, if and when we need it. We're in distracting pain at the moment. We can't do too much about that, but we can have some chewing gum, which will help just get rid of our hunger for the moment. Okay, let's open this door, and I think that is a first aid kit. We can see a feral crewman up the stairs, which means that they can probably see us. Yes, they can. We're not going to take our chances. We're going to let them get closer to us, and then we're going to take a shot. 45 damage, a really good hit. Let's take off running, get a little bit of a head start on them, and we'll start to aim at them when they come around the corner here. One more shot, and I think we're just going to try and see if we can outrun them. 22 damage, heavily bleeding. They should bleed out before too long now. So we'll run back all the way over here, and you're just going to wait. I think they did. Start to make your way back. Oh, wow, okay. I was continuing to move there. It looks like they came up from the south. Right, that's a fresh crewman. Okay, turn, spin, and get ready to fire. Let them get close. That's it, 44 damage, bad bleeding. Go up one more shot before we leave them for dead. Let them get closer. That's it. Okay, crewman is down. And obviously, we're going to have a lot of bashing going on now. May's in a good mood. Crafty Crafters Quarterly was good. Chewing gum was nice. How great. Yeah, we've really pissed them off. Okay, what do we got down here on them? A flashlight, which we're probably just going to take the battery from, and a 2-way radio, which we're also going to take because I think it's going to make sense for her to have that. But yeah, we'll take the battery from that one. And let's just check your leather wallet, make sure that there's nothing that we need in there. Oh, another military ID card. We will take that, thank you. There's a photograph in there as well. We'll take your cash card. Damn, there's a lot of bashing. Okay, speaking of bashing, let's bash that corpse. Make sure that it's thoroughly pulped. Oh, and I keep forgetting. The military operations map. We probably want to read that before too long. So let's just take a moment in here. We'll turn on our light and we'll have a read of it. We might have to just activate it, really. Yeah, let's do that. Activate the operations map. It's added roads and facilities to our map. Excellent. Turn off the light again. Let's have a look at that map. Okay, we do have a few things around us that we can see now. Over towards the west, there is an island that we can make out. Oh boy, there's all the roads. Okay, so we got Lovell, we got Limerick, Stannard, Nashville Plantation, we've got Green over there as well. I'm trying to see if we can see any flashing icons of, some of the previous places that we've been, but I don't see any. So May is really far out here. But we do have some, interesting points of interest. So down here to the south level, we have the Transcoast Logistics Center. Well, up here to the north, we have an evac shelter, okay. The police station here in the center of level. And over here, far to the north, we have a military helipad. Probably a good point for us to try and get to. Obviously, stopping off at the evac shelter along the way is another good idea, but yeah, as you might be able to tell, there's a bit of a distance between the aircraft carrier and the forest. And there's also an even larger distance between the deck of an aircraft carrier and the water beneath it. So yeah, we've got our work cut out for us so far. And I really want this Major General to be able to make it. But like I said earlier, she's not just going to leave the ship, not until she knows that there isn't anyone that she can save. So, pushing forwards, there's that other body. We'll smash it quickly if we can, as more furniture is destroyed around us. Yeah, and they don't have anything for us. Okay, let's close this door here. And, okay, a feral crewman. I can see you, and they're angry. They have been slamming into everything down here. Oh boy, we got a zombie marine who is even closer. We take a shot at them, 30 damage, that's really good. We do not want to be grabbed here, so we want to try and run as fast as we can, spinning around to face them. I'm really nervous about letting them get too close. Heavy arterial bleeding, they're dead now. All we need to do is just get a little bit further away, close that door here, turn on safe mode. No, we don't want to work out. Just have safe mode turned on, and we'll just wait until we think we're good. Let's just say, there we go. Got our breath back. We heard them die. That's them there. Okay. An IFAK pouch. Yes, that's what we want. Okay, so we'll take the stuff out of the pouch. We don't actually need the pouch itself. What's hidden in the bag here? Hemostatic powder. Nice. We'll take that. We'll just, we'll take the bag as it is then. And a tourniquet just in case we get shot, because it's a possibility. Do you have any ammunition on you at all? No. I mean, you've got good equipment. Jeez. Okay, well, it took us a long time to get all that stuff, and we got it just as the feral crewman got up against us. So we are going to turn, and we're going to start to aim up, let them get closer, holding that rifle as steady as we can, getting a really decent shot there, heavy bleeding. We like to see it. Okay, trying again. 28 damage, heavy arterial. It's only going to be a moment or two before they're dead. And we are barely hearing now. Okay, come on. There we go. Okay, achievement completed. Decimate. 10 monsters killed. Good job, May. And now, I was trying to keep blood out of this room. Maybe we'll just try and keep it out of, that, or... that could also be our sleeping space. Who knows? Maybe we won't need to sleep here. We'll see. Okay, crewman doesn't really have much for us. Oh boy. But there are more here. We've got a military pilot and we've got a feral crewman making their way on over towards us. We've got 14 shots left in this rifle right now. We couldn't quite hear them because we're shooting a rifle in a confined space. Not exactly what you want to be doing. But right now, we've got these nice long corridors that we are going to be able to make use of, and we are going to be making use of them as much as we possibly can. Getting our distance, running down the hallway. May should be able to take this one out with one more good shot, and she does. And now the pilot stumbles closer towards us. It's always a bit of a danger letting them get to that final square here, but as long as I'm just patient, we can get a good shot, turn around and run. I want one more shot, and then we'll leave you to die if this doesn't kill you, because I think this is going to be enough. 34 damage, heavy arterial. Yep, we've got you. Let's just keep on running, get more and more distance. Come on, you should be dead already. You aren't. That's not great. Not a good position to be in. It dies just as we're readying that last shot. Turn safe mode back on again. Let's wait a while, catch our breath, listen to all the destruction going on around us. Okay, prescription stimulants. We may very well have a need for them down the line, so yes, we will be taking them. Okay, and now that we've got that IFAK pouch, I think we'll try and take a moment here to apply some of those bandages to us. I think it makes sense for us, before we do apply them though, to try and get a little bit more skill with them if we can. So let's see, we do have a few batteries here, so I think I'm going to be alright with us using the flashlight for this purpose. So let's see, bandaging. We want to go and practice putting this on before we actually use it, because that way we're going to get more out of them. So bandaging beginner, our healthcare is 1 at the moment, but we don't have any proficiency yet. So yeah, let's put that carbine down and just start practicing. And yes, we will keep on practicing until our proficiency increases. Okay, there we go. Let's stop practicing. It did take us a decent chunk of the day to be able to get that done, but we have proficiency now in wound care. So let's have a look at applying some of those bandages to us. We don't have much in the way of bandage here, but I think we're going to put the main one on our left arm. The medical gauze, let's get that on our torso. And then adhesive bandages for the right arm and the right leg. Better than having nothing on there. Let's also have one of the gummy vitamins for the moment. We'll go for 2. Get our intake up to 50%. And we've got a chicken noodle entree. Well, how nice. We're a little thirsty now, so we're going to have some of the clean water that we've got. Yep, just knock that back. Try and get slaked. There we go. And we got to carry on. Rifle's got 10 shots left in it. Okay, let's make our way back up. We'll deal with the bodies. I was hearing quite a bit of shuffling going on in here, so I think that there are more dead out that way. Smash this body. Got a bow saw over here. I mean, I don't think we're going to be doing much wood chopping, so we'll leave that for now. And we'll just carry on back up towards those bodies, and we've got yet another crew member. Well, okay. Let's take you down along the way we go. They've made their way on over towards us. With a decent shot, 39 damage, we're going to turn and start heading back towards our place of rest. Oh, there we go. 41 damage is enough to do it. We're going to move their body off of the door just in case we need to close it in the future. Another flashlight. That's another battery that we can use. So we'll open that up, take that disposable battery, and with 8 shots left, let's move up further, smashing that body along the way and carrying on into this space, which I'm pretty sure that there are still some folks in there. We're going to turn on the light for a second. Nothing's responded to the light. Okay, we have 2 dead in here. A feral crewman and a brainless zombie. Obviously, the feral crewman is someone that we need to concern ourselves with. Are they going to come up and say hello? Doesn't seem like it yet. And we've got a zombie technician as well. So we're going to start to aim up on the technician. We're not going to worry about turning off our light because it takes time to do that. We hit them in the leg, heavy arterial bleeding, wonderful. Let's start to turn and run. They should be dead before too long. And we'll let that feral crewman get a little bit closer towards us. We're not so concerned about them because they're not going to try and grab us. They will try and whack us, so we don't want that. But a decent shot should be enough to get them, going like that. And we are going to get going. Heading back down towards here, we'll turn off our light source and we'll just kind of let the lot of them bleed out. Okay, I heard a zombie death. So let's start to make our way back up, slowly but surely. We've got safe mode turn on as well, so I won't accidentally walk into them. Okay, and you're the feral crewman. Okay, check your wallet, take your military ID card and your cash card. There we go. Smash the body, and let's make our way down here. We'll probably turn on our light just to be safe. Okay, that's the technician down. Where is that brainless zombie? Over there. We could probably save the bullets and just try and take down the brainless zombie with our combat knife. I think that's probably the safer thing for us to do now. It's a responsible thing for us to do. So we'll drop that. We'll also drop our pack and we'll activate our sheath to take out the combat knife. Okay. All right, there we go. And a few good slices and dices, we're able to do it. Smash all the remains that are there. Let's use our sheath, put the knife away, and get that carbine back into our hands. Duffel bag, deal with us. So let's see what we've got here. A multi-tool, first of all. We're definitely going to take that. Thank you. That's probably off of the technician. And then we're just going to start to check all the different lockers that we've got here, and we do have some interesting books that we're probably going to want to grab. The car buyer's guide, we're going to be leaving that for now. That's not a concern of mine. We've got another duffel bag, some gloves that don't fit, a headlamp that we may want to use, and some combat boots. I'm pretty sure we're already using combat boots. No, just regular boots. So let's take our boots off in favor of using some combat boots, which are just going to be better. pair of combat boots. Yep, they're considered armor. There we go. And so yes, the headlamp. I imagine we'll be able to turn that off and on faster if it is on our head. So let's go and wear that. Make sure that it's not conflicting. No, it is not. And we'll turn off our old flashlight. We'll actually just take the battery from that and end up dropping that on the ground. And the headlamp is going to get redesignated to F for flashlight. And we'll just keep that on while we're in here as we start to make our way around. Just seeing what we can find. Looks like there's another smartphone here. More stuff that doesn't fit us. That's okay. We will find something that does. A military rucksack. Okay, that's going to be better and more efficient than the current rucksack that we're rocking. So the easiest way for us to kind of sort this out is for us to just say, wear the rucksack, and then the duffel bag, we're just going to go unload. We've spotted a feral officer. Stop unloading. Yes, where? Okay, they've made their way in here. The door down here is also open, so we are going to want to be cautious of that. Let's start to aim up on the officer as they start to get closer. Oh, and they fired at us. They fired their M18. We're attacked. Stop aiming. Yes, it reflects off of our torso. Thankfully, at a distance, that gun isn't as powerful. Okay, we are going to move behind cover for a moment here. And then, yeah, we're gonna have to wait for them to get a little closer. We'll turn off our light source. Okay, they're here right now. And, shoot. Well, they shot us. The rucksack is cut. Stop aiming. Yes, it just did damage to the armor. That's okay. Run back, get some distance. Damn, missed with the carbine. Okay, I don't know how many shots that they have. Oh, they've got enough. There was a shot to our torso. A decent shot at that. Okay. Man, they are better at steadying up faster than we are. We shoot and we miss. Yeah, and here's the difference. This is a feral officer. Yeah, in their quivering hands, they clutch a service pistol. Not great. Not great. Okay, we need to deal with this bleeding fast. Although I think we are still going to need to deal with the feral before. I think they're out of ammunition. I think. Okay, 57 damage. That's really good. Heavy arterial bleeding. Draw the combat knife. Drop the carbine on the ground. Stepping forwards. We stab and we kill the officer. But our torso is bleeding, and it is bleeding badly. Thankfully though, I believe we have some hemostatic powder. So we want to apply that right away to our torso. Okay, it started to work, and there we go. No limb will benefit from it. Oh. Okay, we got shot in the torso, but we're alright. What does this officer have? They've got magazines for us. We'll be taking those, thank you. And honestly, I think what we probably want to try and do here, let's take the magazine, but I think we'll unload one of them, just so that we can top up the other one, and then, yeah, top up the other. Okay, yikes. We need to be wary of officers. They're different than just the crewmen. We've only got 3 shots left in our carbine. Okay, let's close that door, turn on our light. Where were we at? What were we doing? We were doing something down here. We were sorting out the headlamp. Yeah, we've done that. We've got some books. Let's just continue down for now. Ideally, let's actually get to this door, close that first of all. And yeah, we'll continue on from this point here. Got the mess kit over there, okay. Auto weak. Actually, let's grab the mess kit if we can, just so that we can cook on the go. We've got some winter gloves that fit, but no, we're okay. I'd ideally like some leather gloves if possible. Oh boy, and we have a fire axe here. So obviously we know that the fire axe is a good weapon from previous playthroughs, but the crash axe is also a good tool. Let's just go and compare the two of them, because obviously the crash axe is just easier for us to carry around. But of course, the fire axe does a massive amount of damage. However, it does take a while for us to attack. And so typical damage per second we can see is only just slightly better on the fire axe, but obviously for us to hit, it's harder. We do have things like the brutal strike, which can stun them, so that could be more beneficial. It's a powerful tool, but it is slow for us to recover between swings. I think just in general, we're probably going to be using the combat knife more often than not. The fire axe, it does have good prying. I mean, if we can fit it into our pack, sure, we'll take it with us for now. It will weigh us down a little bit, but I'm okay with that. Got a folding knife in here, which we're not going to need, and some more winter gloves. So I'm just going to check along this side by the beds just to see if there's anything different. I'm not seeing anything though. Oh, we do have some safety glasses here. Okay, so it is still worth us having a look at this section. Another rucksack. How is ours looking? Because I thought it got a little bit damaged. No, it's doing okay. And the National Guard ballistic vest, that probably helped us out. They're 2 compromised front plates. So if we can swap them out at some point, I would like to do that, but we'll just go for the rest of these. Probably don't need to have too many of these batteries, but I will take one more. Oh, a leather apron. I mean, that is protective, but it's not going to be that protective. It's not worth it. Okay, I think that's everything in here. Yeah, so we're going to continue. Yes, we are. Okay, so I was wanting to come back over and have a look at the lockers fully. We've got a crewman. Crewmen are okay. We know that we can handle the crewmen. And we've got a soldier that's making its way down the stairs now as well. How wonderful. So let's let whoever gets in front first get in front. Okay, I'm all right with the crewmen doing that because they're not going to grab us at the very least. The soldier will try to grab us. Come on, get one square closer. There we go. We've got one more shot with this rifle, so I want this to be a good one. This mariner is slowly stumbling towards us. Okay, 40 damage. Bleeding, just bleeding. So we're going to run back and we're going to get our service pistol out. So we'll activate the holster and we'll draw the service gun, dropping the carbine on the ground because we want this to be a fast turnaround, and we're going to let them get closer to us. And I'll let them get right up there. Yeah. Okay, 35 damage, heavy bleeding. That'll be enough to do it. Let's turn around and we'll just wait until we hear them die. There we go. That's the death sound. That's what we want. Okay, right. So, service handgun, this one here. Let's actually unload one of those magazines just so we can put the bullets directly into this one here. Yeah, take that ammunition. There we go. And rifle, well, you're empty now. So there's no point in us carrying it. We can come back and get it if we find more stuff. But for now, we're probably better just to keep the handgun out or the combat knife. We'll keep the handgun out for now. Both of them are pretty quick and easy for us to draw, should we need to. I don't want to damage the handgun though, that's the only thing, by doing bashing, so we'll put it away for the moment, and we'll just stomp on the corpses. Oh, neat. More ammunition. We will take that, thank you. And we'll also just take the bullet out of that mag. Do we want the whole ass magazine? No, we'll just take that for now. I feel like we've got enough service handgun magazines. Thank you very much. Smash these remains as well, and have a look through. See if there's anything new. Nope. Okay, so back to the staircase again. Yet again, another feral crewman. There's also a feral marine around as well. Are you the feral marine? Yeah. Clutching a rifle in their quivering hands. Ah, that's not good. That's not good. We need to turn off that light. They have a rifle. Shoot. Yeah, shoot. Indeed, shoot. May, you've had a bloody day already, and no doubt there is going to be more blood before all of this is over. Her aircraft carrier, that she has loyally served on for years, is under siege from the very people that served on it. And how did it come to be here in this lake, all the way from North Korea to here? And where is here? She doesn't know yet. The bright flash, followed by this outbreak. Well, I suppose she has some idea where she is. Her GPS is working well enough, but yes, as to how the ship ended up here, she hasn't the faintest idea. Maybe we'll learn more as she continues on throughout the ship. That, Legionnaires, shall be in the next. I'd like to thank you all for joining me for yet another episode in Season 2 of our short survival series. Major General May, long may you serve. And so, I ask you all, if you enjoyed today's episode, please consider leaving a comment or a like to let me know if you enjoyed the show. As for now, I have been Rykon. You have all been awesome. And until next time, stay tuned. And finally, I would like to extend a great big thank you to the Legion on Patreon, who continue to make this cataclysmic content possible.